the second episode of me showing you guys live on how to roll down an option. So if you're brand new and you didn't watch part one, I'll link to it down below. But effectively, what I did is I sold a $75 put expiring August the 26th on Coinbase. Now, I did this in the money. So I did this around here when it was pretty much at the lows, really, around the $72 mark. And I did this on purpose because I wanted to show you guys how you get out of trades that you are in the money of and you have no intention of holding the stock. So I've got no intention of holding 100 shares of Coinbase at $75. So I don't really want to be in this trade. So I'm going to show you guys how and the steps to take and what I did to roll this option down and out by one whole week. So the first thing is as I mentioned, I sold the $75 put expiring August the 26th. I did that on the Monday, Tuesday of this week, and I received $430 credit. So if I get the screenshot up here, you can see I sold the August 26th $75 put, and I received $4.30 per share, which is $430. So as a trader or a selling options trader, my aim is to bank this premium for all the trades I make and hopefully try to select the right strike price for this to expire worthless. Now, I did do this in the money. So I did pick up a nice bit of premium on this particular one over here just to show you guys an example. But that is what we want. We want this option to expire worthless. And if I close that down, if we look at now the current price is $71.27. So it hasn't moved since I've done the kind of roll of this option. So I am in the money, and the date today is the 25th, Thursday. The market's been open for about an hour. So what we want to do is we don't want this to go to expiration because this will probably expire in the money, and if you are on margin, you'll be margin called if you don't have, $7,500 in the account, or even if you have it cash secured, do you really want to own Coinbase at 75? If you do, and you've got a long-term investment thesis or doing the wheel strategy of selling calls, by all means. But most people, when they sell options, they don't want to be assigned the stock. So we talked about it in the last video of what we want to do when you sell puts, you want to roll down in strike and out in expiration, i.e. time, hopefully for a net credit. So this is what I did, and I'll show you the screenshot of the trade. Now, I wasn't pretty much looking at technical analysis, so to speak, when rolling this down, because when you're in the money, you're playing defensive. You want to just get that strike down as much as you possibly can for a premium that you're kind of happy with, hopefully in net credit. And in this example, because we're not too far away from the money where my current strike is, I was still able to roll out for a premium. So the first thing I did is I rolled down the strike from the $75 to the $73. So I managed to roll my strike down by $2. It's still in the money because the current price now is, $71, but I'm getting closer and closer to the current price. That's where I need to be. And then I rolled out in terms of time. So I gave myself another 7-8 days to be right for Coinbase to go up. And when you put those trades together, and your brokerage will do this, whether you're on Interactive Brokers, Webull, Moomoo, Robinhood, you can do a roll and it will do a simultaneous two trade in one, where it will buy back the $75 put expiring August 26th. And I had to pay a 540 net debit, so it cost me 540 to place that trade. But simultaneously, it opened the sell order of the $73 per expiring September 2nd for 590, right? And that should really be a plus sign. Don't know why I'm updating it now, but I felt like I'm gonna have to. So for $590, therefore, if you take 590 minus 540, gives me a net credit of $50. So I got paid $50 for placing this trade. So if we look at it now, I made 430 off the first trade, $50 off the second trade. That gives me, what's that? $480 net credit I've placed across those two trades. And this is just confirmation of me buying it, bought the option back, costing me 540, and then I sold the option and received for 590. Net those two out, you get your $50. Now, the main question a lot of people ask is, what if I can't get a net credit? So the first thing I would do is look out and try to go out further in expiration, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And we talked about in the last video is I want to roll for the least amount of time that I can to get a net credit. Because in a week, if you give yourself a month, right, price can just tank for the whole 30 days, right? And you're getting further and further away from your expiration. Whereas the closer you are to the expiration date, I feel you've got more flexibility to in your role, whether that's down, up, in terms of strike, etc. So I left it for a week because I still got a net credit. I could have gone lower to the $70 and gone for 2 weeks and may have got the same net credit, because if I wanted to go down in strike, I would have to give up some credit, which you can crawl back by increasing your expiration. Now, if this all sounds complicated, rewatch the video, it will make sense. And this is the skill that I talked about in the previous video, that you have to know how to do this. The next step here is to track your numbers. So we made 430, and again, there are $1 commissions and all this other stuff, but for this particular example, if you look at it, I've made $430 net credit plus the 50, that's 480. Now, let's just say Coinbase drops next week and I have to roll down again, but I want to go closer to the price or maybe out of the money or various other things, and I want to do it for a net debit, right? So in this example, I got a net credit. Let's say I'm willing to pay $100 net debit if it drops to 60. This is where looking at this 430 and this 50, this 480 is important, because I'm still up on the overall trade. Let's say it was $100 net debit, I'm still up by $380. So I'm still up on this trade. So this credit that I banked, until I'm out of this trade, I will keep in the account. If I use it to go pay bills and stuff like that, I will keep it in the account because I may need to give some of it back to get out of this trade. So again, I will show you what happens next week, but I wanted to show you guys this is how you manage the position. There's no need to panic in these situations. Just stay calm. Look where we are. This is why it's important to roll, because a lot of people will just buy back the option for 540 and take a loss of, what's that, $110, buying back the 540. And obviously I got paid the 430 credit, so that would have been a loss of $110 if I did that. But now I've bought myself some time, reduced the strike, and I've made money, right? This is so important to learn. And if you want more videos on this, more examples, I'm more than happy to do this, because this took me a while to get my head round. And I'm not seeing a lot of YouTubers giving you good examples of this, kind of live examples and all these kind of different things. So that's what I wanted to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and I should see you guys in the next video.